Now, farm and ranch, this can get interesting. Make the trust the owner of the interest. Make it the owner of the farm or ranch. Now, you've got to do this in parts. The equipment, you can transfer that to the trust. Now, while each asset could be different, consult the drafting attorney, but most equipment is not titled, and you can do it by a simple bill of sale or assignment. If it's titled, see the appropriate section. For example, if you've got automobiles that are done, look to our automobile section to determine how to do that. Livestock, transfer that to the trust. Again, each animal could be different. Consult the drafting attorney, but if the livestock are registered, you have to go through the registering organization. Otherwise, bill of sale or assignment. Branch, you can transfer the brand by assignment of a livestock brand. If you allow hunting on your ranch, consult the drafting attorney. Take steps to protect yourself. First, you need to calculate the value of hunting as a separate business if you charge for hunting. Not knowing that could cause a major unexpected tax issue. Years ago, I dealt with a guy, he had exotics on his land. I asked him, what do you charge for people to come hunt? What do you charge hunters? And he goes, oh, I don't charge by the hunter, I charge by the firearm. Well, I'm thinking if I go deer hunting, I take a deer rifle. If I go bird hunting, I take a shotgun. How many firearms does the average hunter take? To my complete shock, he said 2.5. I said, so you're telling me that on average it's $5,000 per hunter day to come hunt? And he said, yes. And I said, well, first of all, have you ever calculated the value as a separate business? That hadn't been done. When I mentioned it to his accountant, he realized that's an extremely profitable business. In fact, the ranch itself was not profitable but for the hunting. However, the IRS considers that a separate business with a separate value, and that can create an estate tax problem that people don't even know about. Then have hunters sign a release of liability form. Now, I have this guy, I asked him about that, and he says, why would I do that? And I told him this story. The first time I went hunting after my wife and I got married, my wife said the cutest thing to me. She said, honey, I'm going to miss you. But what I really hope is the other hunters will miss you. Well, come to think of it, I was hoping that too. But if they paid $5,000 to come hunt on your place and they get hurt, do you think that $5,000 might have created an expectation that this is safe? Well, when I asked him about that, all the color drained out of his face, and he realized they had completely overlooked having those forms signed. Then consider asset protection planning. Separate the hunting business from the land. The hunting business is a separate risk, and if somebody got hurt from the hunting, you don't want them to take your farm or ranch. Post no trespassing signs in case a trespasser is injured. Now, that does not, if somebody comes trespassing on your land, you still have a duty not to deliberately hurt them. But having no trespassing signs gives you something of a defense. But people think, well, there's nobody out here. Post the signs anyway, even for cows and coyotes and the neighbors.